The first thing I'm going to talk about is about citizenship. So I had one gentleman call me, and he had become a U.S. citizen, naturalized. Before he had naturalized, he had submitted an I-130, which would have been F2A, and then while that was pending, he became a citizen, and his wife was overseas. So essentially, the wife got a spouse of a U.S. citizen case after she got her visa approved, like 2 months after her embassy interview, and the visa was approved. But before she came, she had a baby. And then the question came about is like, well, how do we bring the child? So, not sure what the regulations on this, the INA section, if I did it. But anyways, so there's confusion. So the father was not in the United States long enough to meet the physical presence requirement required for transmitting citizenship from parent to child. So the child couldn't get citizenship automatically. They got to get a green card first. And I've had this scenario happen when it's a green card holder, and there's a thing where like if they're under two or something, it's the first visit of the parent or something like that, they just come with the mom. So I wasn't sure what happens when the parents naturalizes, so the child would not be dependent on that I-130 anymore. And the client contacted the embassy, contacted different people, and they all said it's not possible. You got to file a whole new I-130. I was kind of thinking about that, but the client actually did a lot of research on its own. And I ended up reaching out to CBP at a port myself, and they said there's a category called the XF3, X as an X-ray, F as in Frank 3, class of admission, that says that child could come with the parent to the United States. And then I guess once they enter, they just become a green card holder, XF3. And once they reside with the parent, then they automatically become a citizen. So that was an interesting scenario. The fact pattern had happened before. Child born after the parent's immigrant visa interview, the mother's immigrant visa interview, and within, how do we get them in now? The parent's a citizen, and the child wouldn't be a derivative. And so that's the answer to that. Now, getting them board the plane, having the airline understand it, that's a whole other thing. And right now, I mean, the child's under 6 months, but there's a vaccine requirement for COVID, how to get a vaccine for a kid if they're over 6 months. There's a lot that goes into it. And they got to come in before the wife's visa expires. But that was an interesting fact pattern I hadn't seen that popped up.